here's the thing. I have a testimony. And this is going to be the biggest, and when I say the biggest, I mean the biggest step out on faith that I've ever had, the biggest and boldest, because the sharing of this testimony is simply for the obedience that I know that it is going to help someone, because leave it to me, this is the last thing I would ever want to put on the internet. But the Lord gave me a word, and so I have to tell you. 2 things before we get into what I'm about to talk about. A, before you had an opinion, I had a purpose. So if you know me and you were not aware of this information and you are now hearing about it and you now have an opinion formed about me, know that the very last thing that I'm concerned with is a funny comment, a hateful comment, ew, she's disgusting, trust me, I don't care. 2, this is not for me. In fact, it is beyond me. And so if what I'm about to tell you sounds like a load, or it sounds like I'm fronting, I'm not going to tell you what to believe. I know what I have been through. I know what I've experienced. I know my God. And I know that when he tells me to do something, I have no choice but to be obedient. It is not a if and or but. It is a you will, one way or another. So, and I'm not putting any hashtags on this video, so it literally will find whoever is meant to see it, okay? God healed a very long and hard period that I've been struggling with for years. And he also healed me of HSV2. If you are not familiar what that is herpes. Not the mouth one, the other one. I'm not breaking this up into parts. The entire testimony is simply this video. Here's some context. In the very early stages of my life, I had a very long and dreadful period. Nothing worked, nothing helped, nothing stopped it until I got on birth control. Birth control worked, birth control stopped it. But then I got sexually assaulted. Okay, not a lot of many people know that. When I got sexually assaulted, I stopped wearing said birth control sticker. Okay. The birth control was contributing to a series of mood dysfunctions, body dysregulations, add on to the fact that I then entered a very long period of isolation. I cannot tell you the amount of times that I not only contemplated my life, almost successfully taken my life, and just was ready to go, to say the least. Nisa, where does the other part come in? Stay with me. Due to this very traumatic thing that happened to me, you know that with victims of SA, you have 1 or 2 outcomes. You are either hypersexual or you are either asexual, as in I want to get touched all the time, or don't touch me at all. Can you take a guess which one I was? This is not a joking matter, I'm just saying. In every relationship I have had since that experience, I have been fornicating. Yes, I've been fornicating. Not proud of it, but the Lord said, be honest. I've been fornicating because that experience confused me. And in my head, even though with my mouth I was saying that doesn't communicate to someone that you love them, my body was confused. And now I am going to a state of what is familiar at this point, because prior to this assault I had no experience with sex. Okay, stay with me. You're staying with me? All right. So as you can imagine, boyfriend, talking seasons, blah 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 blah. Now I wasn't just doing stuff with anybody that I met. Absolutely insane. No. But majority of the people that I had dealt with at one point or another, we became boyfriend and girlfriend and we had fornicated. And if we didn't become boyfriend and girlfriend, we were a situationship and we had fornicated. But these are all people that I knew within a pretty lengthy period of time. Not that it makes a difference. Don't be out here fornicating. I'm just saying, because I know a lot of people just be doing stuff. I wasn't just doing stuff. I was with these people. Still doesn't make it better, but I'm just saying. So with me now having an idea of what I thought love was, I just kept doing what I do. I was fornicating with the people that I was with. I thought, you my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, so it makes sense. Well, I ended up catching HSV too. If you are someone that I have been with and you are here and you're watching this, know that you don't have it. At least not for me. If you have been with me and you are concerned that you have it, I can assure you don't have it. I know who gave it to me. And if you are concerned, you should be getting tested either way. But know that even if you did have it, it surely was not for me, because I did not have it at the time. Now, here's the thing about HSV, right? If you're a girl and you've experienced ingrowns, You know that a little ingrown, it's a little pimple, you know, it happens. That's not what HSV2 is. That is not what HSV2 is. So I went to urgent care. I was like, this is a little different. Here's the thing about it. They don't have HSV2 in your blood panels, right? So when you go to urgent care, when you go to the doctor and you get tested for HIV, STDs, whatever the case may be, HSV is not in those panels. Why? I would soon to come to find out that a lot of people actually have it, which is not something you say to someone who has just found out that they had it, because if a lot of people had it, then why weren't you guys putting it in the STD panels, babe? It should have been in there. But no, it's not. And a lot of boys don't know that they have it either, because they just do things. And then as girls, since our bodies are sensitive, we're the ones who end up finding out that not only we have it, but they have it too. That's fun. Anywho, when I got it, I was devastated. I went through the 5 stages of grief. In fact, I went through the 5 stages of grief so much that I almost successfully took my life again, but it did not work. It didn't work. It didn't work. So after it didn't work, I started crying out to God. I'm like, why would you let this happen? As if I wasn't the one who fornicated, but still, I was naive in my faith then. I'm like, God, why did you let this happen? Like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? He's like, I wanted you to get it, but I didn't want you to die. So I'm like, Lord, what are you saying to me right now? He's like, I wanted you to understand the weight of your actions, but I didn't want it to kill you, because I still have a purpose for you. It's not your time to go. And I was like, oh, okay, I get that, but like, come on, Lord, like, you know, I love love. I love people. I love, like, at this point, I'm thinking nobody's gonna love me. I'm completely disgusting. I'm unlovable. I'm in New York, first of all. You already know how our peoples get down. Oh, you burn it? I don't got time for that. Are you serious, for real? Like, for real? You gonna do this to me? Come on. I thought we was tight. We was not tight. And when I say I heard him say that, I mean audibly. Like, as if somebody is speaking to you and you can hear them and you're having a conversation like me and you are talking right now. Yeah, I heard him audibly in my ears. This was not a coincidence. It wasn't my thoughts. I heard the man. Yes, I heard God, right? So he said it to me. I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, no. So I received the message that he was giving me, but it really wasn't my cup of tea, to be very honest, because I still very much had it. So I'm like, okay, I get that, but like, I still have it. So, and if you know anything about HSV, it's incurable, or so I thought. So as I get closer to God in my faith, right, I'm watching The Chosen at this time, and there's a certain episode where a man with leopards comes up to the disciples and they're like, oh my gosh, Jesus, back away, you know, he has leopards. Oh, chill out. But he's Jesus, so he heals them, right? Now, in their time, leopards was incurable. You can't, you touch someone, they're gone, bro. That brother gone, like, they're gone. So I saw that and I was like, huh, that's interesting. Then, because I'm still watching The Chosen, I see the part where the lady had touched the end of Jesus's garment and she had been bleeding, and she was just like, oh, you know, I've been ill, I've been diseased. I didn't touch you, so you're not sick. Because in that time, if you touch someone and you were unclean societally, then you made that person unclean, and that was like punishable to like being stoned to death, if I'm not mistaken. But she's like, no, I just touched the edge of your garment. Like, I just know that you could heal me, and you did, because her bleeding stopped. So Jesus said, yeah, you know, you're good. According to your faith, you're healed. Your bleeding stopped. You're good. But she knew that because when she touched him, her bleeding stopped. Where am I getting at? I went on a fast. A 3-day one to be exact. My first 3-day fast where it was solely intimately me and God, because the other fast that I have done before has involved a person or persons helping me through it, knowing about it, getting me through it. This one was intimately me and Jesus himself, right? In the midst of this, I was following a Bible study plan about Jesus being a healer, because at this point, I've just accepted the terms that I'm dealt with. I'm accepting the cards because I dealt my hand, okay? And as I'm seeing these scriptures pop back up, I'm like, huh. When I got baptized, a friend of mine commented under my story and said, by his stripes you are healed. I saw that and I didn't get it. So what do? I open my Bible. You know, we're close in a relationship like that. I be talking to the Lord. Where does he bring me? Romans 4. I just posted a video about this, so if you didn't watch it, go watch it. But Romans 4 is essentially the depicting of how Abraham did not become circumcised because he became circumcised and he grew into everything that he was supposed to be, that God wanted him to be. His circumcision came when he had faith during his uncircumcision. Faith is having belief in things that are unseen and unheard of. When Jesus says walk out on faith, he doesn't say walk out and I'm going to prove to you that this is exactly what it. No. Walk out on faith. You might not know what's going to happen. You might not know the directions. You might not know anything. But you're still going to have to walk out, babe. Yes, that's exactly what you're going to do. So now realizing what it means to actually walk out on faith, because you have to have faith to become circumcised. You have to have faith, in other terms, to become what it is that you want, or become what it is that God is calling you to be. I remember speaking to the Lord and I was like, there's no way in actual hell that you are going to allow me to live with this, because you said that people under you are healed and I'm not healed yet, sir. So you got some things to do. Okay. What did he say back to me? No, you have some things to do. I said, I beg your pardon. He said, yes, you have little faith. You said I have little faith, you say? Oh, it's about to get serious. It's about to get serious. From that day that I learned what it meant to truly have faith, I have been declaring it over myself. Not even, God, I believe you're going to heal me. No, I'm healed. I'm healed because I am. There is no, look, see, I know there's a lot of testimonies that you're going to see that's going to be saying, oh, you know, like, I'm just declaring over myself, like, oh, like, you know, God, like, I know you're going to heal me. No, I don't need to know that you're going to heal me because you already healed me. That's according to my faith, right? Because you said I have to have faith. According to my faith, I am healed. So according to my faith, I am healed. That's just it. I'm not accepting any other truth. I'm not accepting that I have it. I'm not accepting that the blood results are going to come back positive. I'm accepting that I am healed. So that is what it is, because that's what you told me. And since you can't lie, then that is the truth. Okay, so I'm healed, right? Now, here's something that you need to know. HSV can lay dormant for a very long time. Okay. Outbreaks can be dependent on a number of things. And you might be thinking, Nisa, you might not just be healed. You might just be dormant. I have a blood test scheduled for tomorrow. The Lord told me to post this without proof, just so you can have this video. Just so you can have this video. So that when I come back with the results that says that I'm negative, you will know it was only God. I need to make that clear. It is nothing I did. It is nothing I ate. It is nothing there's no natural remedy I tried to take, because I know there's a lot of videos about that going around. Don't know how that works. I didn't eat amount of fruit. There is nothing that this was but purely God, the Jehovah Jireh. Okay? If this message is something that you needed to see, or if this is just a testimony that needed to be resonated with you, and you're just struggling with some belief that you can't be healed of whatever it is, HSV, HIV, AIDS, cancer, I've seen God work, okay? If you can split an ocean, you can heal me, okay? Test the spirit always. Now, you might be saying, Nisa, that's one part. What happened with you and your periods? These are my patches. This is Xulane. I have not taken Xulane. Okay? And let me be very clear. I need you to understand this. Without Xulane, I will bleed heavily for 2 weeks, sometimes even more. I have not been on Xulane for 2 months, and this is the lightest period I've ever had in my 19 years of life. Nisa, how do you know it's not just your body maturing? How do you know it's God? I've stopped wearing my patches when I got essayed. My periods were still the same. I bled just as hard. And the only difference between me not having my patches then and me not having on my patches now is who's been with me while I have not had these things on. And it was God. I say this all to say, you might not believe in the things that he can do. You might not even believe that I'm telling the truth. You might see this and think I am a liar who is burning. Understandable. But I will be back with my results. And when they say negative, I'm not going to say I told you so. I'm going to say God did. Because I know I'm healed right now. I just don't have the proof to show it. But he told me, you don't need the proof. You need to step out on faith. So this is me being as bold about my faith as I can be, in hopes that it can not only help somebody, but think of it like this. If I'm lying, well, then I guess you'll never see the video. I guess I just sat here and spoke for 20 minutes for no reason. And I lied on God's name. You might have just got a kick out of this video. But when I get my test results back, because I know I will, and they say negative, remember that all of this was a testament of when you put your faith in Jesus, he does not fail. He does not fail. So do with that information as you wish. I'll see you guys when I have my test results. Okay, bye.